Hey, what is going on, Twintendo Nation, and welcome to probably what's going to be the final Pokémon Super Mystery Dungeon discussion video. The game is out in 2 days in Japan, and I doubt they're really going to show anything else new. The only interesting thing I can say is that they didn't show the artwork on the official website for the Korokoro dungeon, so that was the one that had Mega Tyranitar and the 2 Mega Gengars in. So maybe that'll be announced in like a month's time, because the dungeon actually does come out in a month. I think it's in the next Korokoro issue. Still don't know how you download it. Could be QR code, could be Wonder Mail code. Honestly, don't know at this point in time. But anyway, let's go on to today's video, and it has quite a few new screenshots. Some of it what we've seen in a couple of days ago in the Korokoro leaks, but it's still pretty interesting. So first off, we get to see a new map, and it actually shows 3 of the 6 continents. Well, 6 if there's a hidden continent, but apparently there's only 5 continents and 120 dungeons, which is really cool. But I do think there's going to be one more continent. So we can see obviously the water continent, which is the one with Serene Village and YY Town, and then we have the one on the right, which is Blue and Red Rescue Team's continent, and they finally pretty much admit it is the one from Blue and Red Rescue Team, because they say in this world there are 5 continents, even the continent from the past. So it sounds like there's only one continent coming back by the sounds of it. I don't think Explorers. Well, I want it to, and there's chances, because obviously we've seen past characters coming back into the game, but that doesn't mean Explorers continent will be back, but I'm hoping it is. And also, just to mention, all these translations are from Demonic J on the Mystery Dungeon Reddit page, so definitely check that out. It'll be linked in the description, so thanks for the translations. And yeah, we'll move on to Zygarde. Now, we saw these images yesterday. I made a video on it, in fact, if you haven't seen it, but basically these images just show Zygarde off in a dungeon. Doesn't look like a boss fight, looks like you just go talk to it. It's in like floor 31, I think, below, like B31. And yeah, it just looks really cool, and apparently the translation for it on the website, it says it supposedly awaits heroes anywhere in the world. So I'm guessing that means we don't know where it is in the world, but it's waiting for the heroes. I'm not sure if it's going to play a part in the story, or it's just going to be like a little side mission, on a connection orb. So again, very interesting. And also, just so we can't really rule it out. Just because Zygarde's been shown off doesn't mean it could be a boss in the game, because you could probably beat it and then it'll come up on a connection orb and you can recruit it. That happened with like Darkrai, I think, in Explorers. There was Time and Darkness and Sky, you could actually recruit Darkrai after you beat it. So I wouldn't rule out Zygarde completely, but for me, I can't see Zygarde being one of the final bosses. Anyway, let's move on to Pelipper's Island, probably something we haven't really talked about too much. And this is basically how to save people in dungeons. Whenever you get knocked out in a dungeon, you can send like a Wonder Mail and someone can come and save you. I'm actually going to be making a community video, where people can comment down below if they've been knocked out, and we can have other teams, or basically your team, go and respond to these missions. It's going to be really fun, and it's going to feel like you're kind of part of the guild, which is awesome. So basically, Pelipper's Island, you can use wireless or internet access to send Pokemon to other players to use in dungeons, so basically to save them. And in one of the screenshots, the player receives a Morale from random whereabouts. So basically, as you can see, Morale is basically requesting help, and you've just got to go revive it or save it, and then they can carry on from the floor they're on, because otherwise you're just going to have to quit and start again and probably lose all your items. So yeah, it's going to be really helpful, and it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Definitely helping out all these different teams that just can't really get past the floor or a dungeon. So you guys are going to be a big help, definitely. Next up, I actually want to talk about Meowth's Theatre. Now, it basically says after you beat the main story, you can challenge more special dungeons. Now, the interesting thing is about Meowth Cinema is that you can actually record your gameplay and then upload it to the internet. Don't know how that's going to work yet, but that means a lot of Mystery Dungeon fans who don't have 3DS capture cards can upload their own gameplay. I'm not sure, it can't be that long. I'm betting it's more like a highlight reel, but as you guys can see, you've got a record kind of red circle, just a recording light, I guess, whatever, in the middle. You've also got kind of borders, basically showing it's recording the screen, which is quite cool. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys get any clips. If there's any good clips, and once the game's out, definitely send them and I'll definitely have a look at them. It'll be really fun to watch you guys play Super Mystery Dungeon. And next up, we can see Entei, who's basically seems to be one of the legendaries who actually helps you out. We still don't know, when you get to join them, but we've seen Suicune and Raikou join your team a while ago in some old screenshots. So we haven't really seen anything of Entei, apart from it was in one of the first trailers, but we always thought it was a boss. Probably do have to fight it by the looks of it, but I don't know, it just seems to be setting stuff on fire, and then on the bird's eye view camera, not sure if you're going into looks like kind of a mine entrance, or it's just the area where Entei's burnt it. I can't really tell, but it looks really nice. And next up, there's Crocodile. Now, we've seen Krokorok before, and I was saying, like, because it's a dark type, you know, it's going to be a bad guy. A lot of you guys weren't sure whether Krokorok was, you know, bad Pokemon or not, but in Crocodile's description, it does say Krokorok's one of its henchmen, and as you can see, it's next to it in a picture. And also, we know, like, Crocodile's, you know, it's a dark type, and I know that's kind of discrimination against dark type Pokemon, but come on, like, that's just how Mystery Dungeon's always been, basically. And we can see Crocodile following your team and basically the exploration team, so you know it's up to no good, so that's going to be an interesting Pokemon to keep an eye on. And next up we can see Bohemians, or whatever they are. Basically, they're like one of the most forgettable Pokemon for me, but they seem to attack you at the start of the game. This is basically where you wake up, and I honestly don't know why they're after you, but maybe, you know, they're kind of like rock Pokemon, and maybe that links to something, you know, the Pokemon turning into stone. Maybe there's something like, I don't know, maybe they're working for the main enemy, I don't know, but according to the description, they're looking for you in Serene Village once you run away, so that's gonna be interesting. They are a bit creepy, they're like alien Pokemon, so yeah. And finally, just going to talk about Giratina. We'll see a few screenshots. It looks like it's taken Pancham and Shelmet, and according to the description, it wants the heroes in return. You know, they'll give Pancham and Shelmet back, but they want the heroes' lives, it says. So I honestly don't know what Giratina's got up its sleeve. Maybe that was the one, you know, the Pokemon that attacked Watchog, because it said something about it's like the culprit for the like incident in Serene Village. We don't know what that incident is yet, because we honestly don't know if Watchog's just part of the incident or is the incident. If you don't know, basically Watchog is kind of like, looks like it's been knocked out or attacked. Yeah, it's going to be cool, Super Mystery Dungeon. It looks great, and the more screenshots we get, like, the better the game looks. So it's only a few more days till we can actually see stuff. That's if you actually do want to spoil yourselves, but if you are planning to watch the Japanese Let's Play on our channel, comment down below. I'd like to see, you know, who we can expect to see in the comment section of those videos, because it'd be really awesome. So that's kind of like the question of the day. I know a lot of you guys aren't going to watch it because you don't want to spoil yourselves, because that's fine. I don't really want to spoil it myself. I'm not going to be watching it until after, you know, the English versions come out, and I can just see what, you know, my bro has been up to in the playthrough. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with wanting to watch it and spoiling yourself either, so there's, honestly, it's, you know, up to you at the end of the day. But guys, that is it for this video. Like I said, it's the final, probably, Super Mystery Dungeon discussion video, and it's been a hell of a journey, guys. Really enjoyed it. To be honest, if I said thank you to like all the fans who've, you know, been through, you know, this journey with us, I'd be here for like an hour. So there's so many of you I'd like to thank, but I could save that for another video, maybe thanking, like, individually. So for now, thank you so much for being part of this journey. Like this video if you've enjoyed any of the Super Mystery Dungeon videos I put out, and if this is the first Super Mystery Dungeon video you've seen on our channel, definitely hit that subscribe button. It's on screen, or you can click it down below, and you can become part of the Twintendo Nation today, because, like, literally people in the comments persuade so many people to join, and it's just awesome to see, you know, so many new members every day. It's really cool. And yeah, guys, if you haven't seen our two previous videos, they're going to be on screen. On the left hand side is screenshots of Zygarde and 120 dungeons across 5 continents. Basically, some of those screenshots you've seen in this video, so yeah, it's just got a bit of more information about the amount of dungeons and the amount of continents and a few other things, so it's pretty interesting. And on the right hand side, guys, you can see another Super Mystery Dungeon video. This one's about QR code moves and DLC dungeons. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it already. It's pretty interesting, to be honest. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Peace!